First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. It's Week 17 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns taking on Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
We come at you from the shores of Lake Erie. EA Sports has the coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And the offense, my goodness, over 50 points in the win last weekend. When you do that, you're not going to lose very many games, maybe not any games.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And if you look back to last week, it was all about their defense. Anytime you hold an NFL team to single digits, that's saying something.
Here are the Steelers making their way out with their longtime starter, Ben Roethlisberger, leading the way.
And for Ben Roethlisberger, there are a lot of question marks coming into this year because he missed nearly all of 2019 with an elbow injury. And if he were younger, maybe not as many questions. But he turned 38 back in March. And now the Pittsburgh Steelers expect to see the old Ben Roethlisberger, who's thrown for over 56,000 yards in his career, leading their team.
The football. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. Second down. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. First carry for the 2018 Pro Bowler, James Conner. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
He was brought down by
a good carry and a first down by James Conner, and this Pittsburgh team is really hoping he's back in form because last year the entire Pittsburgh offense suffered without Ben Roethlisberger, quarterback. James Conner only 715 combined yards, but in 2018, he was a Pro Bowl running back. Combined yardage that year, 1,470. They're hoping for 2018 James Conner in 2020.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. This is Conner. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be second and 10.
Larry Ogunjobi on the tackle in his 4th year now out of the University of Charlotte. A big part of this young Browns defense.
At the 37-yard line.
Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Impressive individual effort there. No one was going to stop him around the edge.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And that's why if you play in a 4-3 base and you're a defensive end, that's why you get the big bucks. They count on you to do everything. Defend the run and, of course, get to the quarterback.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On fourth down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Take it at the 37. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Oklahoma product Baker Mayfield trotting out there now with the rest of this Browns offense.
Partner, do we still count this as the holiday season?
A little bit of a gray area, but I think you can.
Okay, well, we just passed it, right? Well, the gifts keep coming to our guy, don't they?
They do.
I mean, think about this now. Clinch the playoff spot. Offensive player of the week in Week 16. I think he's going to keep going. I think he's going to keep firing away. I don't think they pull back at all.
Yeah, and everybody for them rounding into form right now. Chubb on first down, no room to roam as he struggles just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam, but notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
At the 23-yard line.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. 3rd and long for Mayfield. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead.
Steelers nothing.
Weather like this, always treacherous for kickers. A good sign early, though, as he's able to put that one through.
And you remember him right before the kick, stomping around his area to make sure that things were going to hold for his plant foot, and it did.
This taken in about 4 yards deep, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25.
So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
The numbers there for Connor in last week's game. 19 carries, 63 yards. From the 29, Roethlisberger.
And when he went over 1,000 yards last week, you know what it did for their offense? It gave them a true identity because everyone's going to talk about this. The offensive line's going to take pride in it. Of course, the guy carrying the football will. But how about the coaching staff? When they go in and talk contracts, when they talk to reporters, hey, we had a 1,000-yard rusher this year. That means something in today's NFL.
A run by Connor on first down and a good one as he'll get about 7 here. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up. Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Offense.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
The Browns offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And you can see it's no race for the top spot. That's been decided. These guys will hope to get through Week 17 in one piece before they host a division round game in 2 weeks' time.
And I think that what they'll do is they'll be very selective about who plays in this game, all right? There's certain guys that maybe are starters, but maybe haven't played as much as other guys during the year. Maybe they still need their timing back. Other guys you're going to put in bubble wrap and put them on the sidelines and tell them, we'll see you in 2 weeks.
They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It was Bud Dupree fighting through and making the tackle.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Mayfield finding Beckham, and they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7. In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
Right. Yeah. What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snootful, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
Mayfield tosses one complete to Landry. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. 1st down, Mayfield. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. On to the 2nd from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On to the 2nd from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway, because that's your strength.
from the 16. Mayfield. Throw left side to Higgins. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Rashard Higgins with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead.
Brandon, what we just saw there were two guys who are in sync. The person delivering the ball, but especially the person running the route. Tremendous job. It results in a terrific play.
Austin Seibert on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. That time, a 9-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Ryan Switzer on the return. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
And now out come the Steelers. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
11 yards there, first down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he's got this down to the 35. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
12. And a Steeler first down.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Roethlisberger here finding Johnson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
First down, Steelers.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. They'll run here with Connor. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. James Conner, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers have now made this a 1-score game. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
The Browns take over 1st and
the Cleveland offense ready to go. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb, and he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Devin Bush, the Steelers' leading tackler as a rookie last year, gets another there. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Play fake. Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session. But, Coach, I was throwing to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
And it's complete. Hooper. And he is going to have the Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. And his throw's going to be incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, but it's going to be second down.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
From the gun, a give to Connor. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Oh, going deep here for Taylor. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
first down throw for Mayfield. This pass complete to Higgins. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Mayfield with it once more. This pass caught at the 4.
Mayfield.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. From the 3, 2nd and a yard.
3-yard line.
They run. Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Browns score. Nick Chubb, as the first half is winding down. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half, give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. That time a 6-play drive. And Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Roethlisberger to throw. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. And it's 2nd down. Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our Halftime Report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you around the NFL one final time. We'll get started up at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. And it's the Bengals who are out in front. The Bengals trying to finish that one off and claim victory. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see they have the lead over the visiting Tennessee Titans. Joe Flacco with 2 touchdown passes there. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And right now they have the lead over the visiting Dolphins. Stephon Diggs, a touchdown reception. In the game you're watching has been Baker Mayfield with a strong first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Now Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Donovan Peoples-Jones on the return.
As the offense comes out, we put our Madden spotlight on Baker Mayfield. And they must have seen something leading up to this one that said, hey, we're going to be able to go deep because they've gone deep with a lot of success.
And pick your phrase, pick your code words, your buzzwords, whatever, vertical stretch, deep passes. go routes, right? What's that route you love? What's that route you love? Four verts. All of it working because they're able to find ways to get deep, and for him to show off that big arm.
We see some of that big arm right here. He has been great. The third quarter starts with a run by Chubb.
Number 24.
A gain of 3, second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32.
Ball carrier.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro safety, Micah Fitzpatrick. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
That's not good enough, man.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Connor. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for fourth.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker, that the defense almost relaxed and said, we've got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the fourth down.
That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
And both sides searching for adjustments. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Mayfield. Now they go screen. It's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On the ground, it's Chubb. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Kings!
And again, it's Chubb. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Mayfield on first down. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had a big play in the run game the play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
On the carry, it's Chubb. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They run it again with Chubb. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That's now consecutive 5-yard carries to pick up the first down.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
They'll run with Chubb. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
2nd and 1.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
Jacob
So that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
yards. 1st down, Pittsburgh.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Got an open man, it's Washington. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. James Washington, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Taken in the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've got an answer for it.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Chubb. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's going up top for Taylor. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
4th down, Mayfield. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Going to the air again with Mayfield. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. On 1st down, Hunt. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge. They'll run again with Hunt.
And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 18-yard line. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down. On third down, it's Nick Chubb. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead him to fourth down. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, this from 34. Seibert's kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13.
Makes the score Browns 27, Steelers 14.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the fourth.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
At the 37-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Ebron caught left side. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Johnson, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else, ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
Roethlisberger going to get this one to Connor, and he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Third down.
The Steelers on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Again, it's Roethlisberger. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Anderson Aho.
Take off your helmet and give me a kiss
And he
next time.
takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
So now on comes the Browns offense as they'll try for 2 more. Following the interception, Mayfield. That's caught at the 1. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick 6, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
Ryan Switzer on the return. The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. Back to the air, Roethlisberger after the pick 6. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
It's a gain of 7.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
And 11.
Here's Roethlisberger. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20.
Roethlisberger.
What a play that turns out to be. 36 yards. To the right side to Eric Ebron.
Roethlisberger's pass.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 6 there on first. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Ben to throw again. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Vance McDonald. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
And this will be recovered by the Browns hands team, and that should just about write a finish to this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
Chubb with a first down carry as he'll get about 3 out of it. Make it 2nd and 7 coming up. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 7 yards there and a first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Run of the jet sweep, Landry. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and it's going to yield a new set of downs. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And despite the cold, despite the snow, this one was fun to watch, and I want to thank you for bringing two things, the space heater and the hot chocolate. Those were a big help for us here in the booth.
Yeah, just so you know, in the future, get your own space heater. Okay, I'm an only child. I don't share very often. But this had to bring out, like, the 12-year-old in us, didn't it? I mean, to be able to watch this, and let's face it, when you were that age, you didn't come inside until Mom screamed, "Get inside now, young man," because you wanted to be out there just having a good time, and actually you almost forgot just how cold it was. I'm sure these guys didn't, but they ended up playing just like those 12-year-olds and getting it done.
So for Cleveland, a final win here means they'll finish off the regular season at a solid 13-3. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, this loss will mean they finish the season right at 500 at 8-8. But they've got better days in their future. Of that, you can be sure. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.